Magandang buhay! But today I'm going to show you some plants inside the house, and you can see, I don't know what's the name of this one, but I already do to propagate this. It's really easy. I don't have a cameraman today because he's working too, Frank. So when you want to propagate this one, you have to be sure that the stems are ups, and you have these roots, and you can cut like that, and it's ready to do another plant in a pot. And another plant, it's from Reunion, this one, it's beautiful, and you have a lot of babies. Remember, outside I put just at the bottom of the bougainvillea, and it's really like hanging one. So again, this one, it's a spider plant. It's very easy to propagate. You can see you have this a lot of babies hanging, and this one you just have to cut that. You see you have some roots. If you want, you can put it in a small glass or a recipient, put water in it and make more roots. But you can put it already in the pot, and it will grow very easy, and it's very good at home because it gives a lot of oxygen. And this one is another plant. It's from Reunion too. It's the same thing. All the hanging plants that do thing up like that, and you can see when there's some roots like that, you can cut and put it in another pot. It's very easy if you want to propagate. Here another, I said, spider plant, and you can see I love pots. This one, it's very old pots I buy in Vide Grenier. I love doing yard sale, and some people sell these things, and me, I love old things. I think they have such a beauty, and I really love those beautiful painted crafts on it. So this one, it's another string of hearts. So all this, it's very easy to propagate. You just have to cut and put in the pot, and see to it that you have this round one. It's really the one who really get roots. So it's really beautiful. If you really, I mean, this one's one of my favorite. So I got a lot of that, and when I have some friends who love this plant, I give them to them. And this one, it's a Hoya plant. It's really a plant that came from Argentina, and it has a very beautiful flower. I bring this one to Philippines to my mom. Hi, Lola. And I don't know if she already have this, because I know that she changed the garden, so I don't know if she saves it with my sister, mom and sis, This one is another jade plant. This one, it's hanging plant. And there at the back you have a lot of little plants, but a lot of now I put outside because it's spring and no more like frost, so it's better them to be outside. Another jade plant, another Hoya, but it's very difficult to grow. I really don't know how to grow. I checked this one in internet, but it's really difficult. Another succulent. This one is a gift of a very good friend of mine. Hi, Annie. I love you. And a lot of that. Different kinds of. This one, it's a vanilla. It's really came from Reunion, and it's very easy too, but the difficulty is that during winter we can't grow. So here in France you have to wait when it's summer. They need sun, you know. It's the same thing when you propagate. This one need a soil at the bottom, and this kind of small, like how do you say this one, the course of the arbre, we say this here in French, but in Philippines you can use coconut husk. In Reunion I used to use coconut husk, but here I don't have, so I use this one. And this one, I think it's dead, you know, yellowish. I have to take that off. Every time you see in your plants that there's some decaying stems or something, leaves, you have to take that off because it can bring some disease, you know. This one is Olivia. It's from the dad of Mommy. It's grandpa of Frank. It's a very old plant. And you can see, I love the pot like this. Old pots is really beautiful. I will see here. Yeah, that's the strawberries. The strawberries are really, I put some new soil. So you can see they're really happy with the rain and the new soil. This one we have to take off. This stranger. This one, it's citronelle. You see the old are dead, but they are the new ones. There's pushing. This one we don't have in Philippines. It's uze. I love this. When you have some fishes and everything, it's really delicious. So we have the thyme. Some stranger. No, it's a leeks. Actually it's a wild leeks. I put it here. I think this one it's elderberry. Elderberry. I'm not really sure. It's groseille. This one it's a raspberry. Framboise in French. You have two kinds here, and this one. Sunflowers. For me, when you have a garden, you have to have both, you know, flowers and vegetables, because flowers are a very good fighting for they attack first the flowers, so it's nice to have both of them. We'll see. We'll check the roses. It's a lot now. The manure is working. They're happy, you can see. Even the Kundara, the kaffir line, it's very happy. Roses. So I put here all the jade plant. You have this. They lose the leaf during winter because they were inside at home, but some small leaves is coming up, so I think it's better. It's big flower, rose again. So this is the rose I told you about. This time it's long. It's rose. It's like a 3. We'll see. I buy like red one, yellow one, so it's beginning to have some flowers too. I change of temperature. This one is a bougainvillea. I think it's a red one or a pink one. I'm the one who do the propagate it. I just cut one branch in before we have this apartment in the south, so they have this big vine of bougainvillea. So I take off. You have to take off if you want to grow this. If you can try at home, just take off a stem which is brown one like this, and you have to put this one in a soil which is quite rich, very rich. You see, I put the thing that I do with the eggs and the peel of the banana and the coffee and some manure on it. So the soil is really rich. It helps to make the roots of the plant. So but you have to do that in Philippines. Maybe you can do that every time, but here in France you have to do that during summer or end of spring, like now May. No more frost, so it's really the best time to do this, to propagate plants. So this one is the other roses that we showed you before. I think this one is really climbing because it's really up there. And when it's raining, they're very happy, the plants, you can see. The same thing here, but this one it's not a lemongrass. The plants are happy. You have birds you need in the garden, you know. So I have this that one, it's an olive tree. So sometimes you don't need to buy a big one because it's expensive. I bought this one like 3 years ago. It's very small, but now it's like 10 times bigger. And my advice is that you don't need really to buy a big one. If you put an ice soil in 1 year, it's going to be like 4 times bigger. So that thing is for the birds. So I love birds. Thank you for subscribing and watching this video, and hoping that soon I will do some cooking and hiking, and we're going to do some adventures in the south of France. We love to go to the sea, and we will show you a lot of this nice place in the south of France. Thank you. Magandang buhay.